Well, no matter what happens today, this will be the Saints' last game inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome for 2020 as they get set to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for their divisional playoff game. The winner will travel to Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers for the NFC Championship game. Hi everybody, welcome into Dome at Home Live presented by Waitr. I'm Gonzalez, joined by John DeShazier, and on today's show we have an exciting lineup for you. We will be speaking to former Saints quarterback Luke McCown. We'll also have an exclusive one-on-one interview with Saints linebacker and new dad Alex Anzalone. Fans, throughout the show, we will be giving you live, exclusive inside access inside on the field for our player warm-ups presented by FedEx, so you won't miss out on a minute of the action. But JD, let's get straight to business. It is time for our countdown to kickoff presented by Waitr. We've heard all week, Breeze, Brady, but how much does it help that Sean Payton, Drew Brees have had the experience of the last several seasons, and Tom Brady and Bruce Arians have only had one season together?
Well, I'm not exactly sure how much it helps, to be honest with you. You would like to believe that experience plays into it, and yet Tampa Bay is an extremely talented team. So when you put those parts together with Tom Brady, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Leonard Fournette, now suddenly you're talking about a team that has a lot of weapons offensively. So even though the Saints do have weapons to kind of balance that with Drew Brees, with Michael Thomas, with Emmanuel Sanders, with Alvin Kamara, on paper it looks like a pretty even matchup offensively.
Well, how important is that secondary for the Saints going to be today? I mean, you ran off their list of weapons. How important is Marshawn Lattimore, Janoris Jackrabbit Jenkins going to be for the Saints today?
Well, that's where it is for the Saints. I mean, now obviously you need to get a pass rush up front to help out your secondary, but the secondary at times might have to cover a tick longer to be able to allow that defensive line to be able to get to Tom Brady. They were very successful doing that in the two regular season games. Saints intercepted Tom Brady 5 times, and obviously they had a lot of success. They also sacked him 6 times. They hit him 15 times. They deflected 13 passes. So the Saints defensively played Tampa Bay as well as any team this season. Will they be able to maintain that, especially in the secondary? Because I thought the secondary played as well as the secondary can play against Tampa Bay.
Well, let's go one up level, or let's move up one level for the Saints. Trey Hendrickson is back for the Saints. He was out in that Super Wild Card Weekend game. How much does that help the Saints front four that he can, go against Tom Brady?
Well, if I'm Tampa Bay, I don't want to see Trey Hendrickson. He had 4 of his 13.5 sacks against Tampa Bay, 2 in each game. They were unable to block him. And if Tampa Bay continues to play him the way they're playing him, you hope that the Saints will be able to have success, because Tampa Bay shades toward Cam Jordan on the left end. That's no secret. I understand it. And also David Onyemata and Sheldon Rankins in the middle create a lot of havoc. So the guy who's going to be open, if there's going to be somebody open, will probably be Trey Hendrickson on that right side. And let's not forget Marcus Davenport. Marcus Davenport has had a solid season, even though he's been injured, but his impact lies more so in his presence than the statistics. So that right side could be critical for the Saints.
Well, as you can see, Saints fans, we have some fans walking behind us because we are in the Pro Shop right here inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. There is a lot of awesome merchandise, but you will see Saints fans walking behind us as they get set to cheer on the New Orleans Saints. Reminder, fans, if you are watching from home, that game can be found at 5:40 p.m. Central, presented by Sanderson Farms.
Now, obviously, you can feel the energy here inside the Superdome. You can even feel it here in the team shop. But this isn't the only place, because this building isn't enough to confine this kind of energy.
Not at all. We have Saints fans tuning in worldwide. Let's take a look at some of those fans in our black and gold roll call presented by Zatarans.
That England were cheering on the Saints all the way to the Super Bowl.
Hey, it's Chris from Sydney, Australia. And this is Nola.
My name is Becca from Oklahoma City. Go Saints!
Hi, this is Whitney and Millie Anderson. Hopefully New Orleans Saints can hear us cheering from Knoxville, Tennessee.
My name is Ella Petrie. And we're from San Antonio, Texas. I love the Saints and I hope they make it to the Super Bowl. Go Saints!
Hi, I'm Courtney.
And I'm Easton. And I'm Bo. And I'm Kenley.
Jake.
And we have Levi and Drew with us, and we're repping the New Orleans Saints all the way from Bellevue, Nebraska. Woo!
It's Marcus and Madden from Lafayette, Indiana. It's playoff time, baby.
Touchdown! Saints!
Well, to get here, the Saints had to defeat the Chicago Bears in the Super Wild Card weekend. Let's take a look back at that game in our WWL Black and Gold recap. For the Saints and their playoff push. The wild card matchup against the Bears included a standout performance from Deontay Harris. He had 7 receptions for 83 yards and was a key target for Drew Brees in critical third down situations. Brees was 28 of 39 for 265 yards and 2 touchdowns, a solid performance against a stingy defense. The game also marked the return of Michael Thomas, who finished the day with 73 yards and 1 TD. On defense, C.J. Gardner-Johnson used his most powerful weapon to impact the game, his mouth. CJGJ's trash talk contributed to the ejection of a Bears receiver for the 2nd time this season. He also had 8 tackles, including a 4th down stop. Now it's on to the divisional round for a rematch against the Bucs. This will be the 3rd matchup between these teams following the Saints' regular season sweep. But let's face it, none of that matters when it comes to the postseason, especially when you're talking about facing one of the most successful players in NFL history. Tom Brady holds the NFL record for most playoff wins by a quarterback with 31 and the most postseason road wins. This Saints defensive unit knows what it's up against. Here's what the players are saying in the Bo's Sound Bites of the Week.
I mean, it's a testament to the players that we have in our locker room. The ups and downs of any season can take its toll, especially how we've lost the last 3 years. But at the end of the day, you know, we were able to have another chance. We were able to have this season go all 16 games and come out with a 12-4 record and put ourselves in the best position to have a playoff run. And you know, whether we're 6-10 or 12-4, as long as you make the playoffs, you have a chance. And that's all we have to do. We have to keep on fighting for each and every available snap, to each and every available quarter, to finish each and every game stronger than the last. And if we keep on doing that, we'll end up where we want to be.
Yeah, I was thinking, Tom kind of had like I was going the biblical route. Tom kind of had the Abraham look going. Unfortunately, they made me look like the dad from Family Ties. I didn't like the hairline, I'll be honest. I would have liked a little thicker head of hair, you know? I mean, I know I'm getting older and probably losing a little bit, but I would have liked a little more hair up top. I've never really been able to grow a beard, so maybe that's what I've got later on in my future. Maybe I'll get a nice, good, thick beard going. But I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when you watch all the other games outside of the breakdown, you take, you know, our games out of it, you know, they're putting up close to 400 yards of passing, you know, almost every week. You know, Gronk's gotten more involved, AB's gotten more involved, Mike Evans has been steady, and Godwin's just somebody who I think, you know, it can always win and get them a good conversion or make plays. They're doing a good job of mixing in the run, but they beat you with, you know, that pass game. And Tom's been clean. You know, you keep him upright and keep him in the pocket. You know, he's the greatest to ever do it. But if you can disrupt him, get some hits on him, you know, then things change.
All right, the big elephant in the room, 2 names that you might have heard a few times this week. Tom Brady and Drew Brees go head-to-head inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Why not bring in another quarterback to talk about this matchup? Former Saints quarterback Luke McCown for our breakdown presented by NOLA Lending. Luke, how excited are you to see this matchup today?
I couldn't hardly sleep last night, to be honest with you.
it's any football fan obviously would be geared up for this one. But if you're a quarterback fan, if you want to teach quarterbacks how to play the game, I have 4 sons that are aspiring quarterbacks. I've got nephews that are quarterbacks, and you want to tune into this one for sure.
Luke, having seen these two play already a couple of times this season, what were your takeaways from the first 2 times? And we know the Saints dominated, obviously, the second one, but what were your takeaways from the first 2 times?
Yeah, clearly they controlled the ball. That's the big thing for New Orleans going into this game is protecting the football. Obviously, over these 2 games, Tom himself has turned it over, 5 times with 6 sacks to go along with that. And so it's going to be paramount for New Orleans to continue to gain positive yards on first and second down, get themselves in manageable situations on third down. I think you heard Sean talk about that earlier this week. One of the keys to their time of possession, at which they're a top 3 team through the course of this season, is the fact that they're converting first downs on first down, not just on third down. And what that does is it allows you to continue to keep the running game going, allow you to continue to keep guys like Tom Brady off the field, and really open your playbook up. It allows you to dictate to the defense what you're doing as an offense, and that'll be a big part of today's game.
Luke, we've heard a few billion times about how difficult it is to beat a team a third time in a season. But what advantages does the winning team carry into that third encounter?
Yeah, momentum. Momentum's a big deal. And listen, confidence, knowing that you have what it takes to beat a team like Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks. So there's a lot that goes into that. And from the opposite side of it, as a Bucks team, you have to fight that doubt. Can we beat this Saints team? Can we overcome the hurdles that we set ourselves in front of us in terms of turnovers and not running the ball effectively? And those are things that you kind of, in your psyche, listen, as football players, we all play this mental game, and you kind of got to get over that hump of thinking, man, they got our number. And so for the Saints, if they come out early and really open up a lead quick or establish a rhythm in their offensive and defensive games where they're controlling the line of scrimmage, they're controlling the clock, you're going to see those instances of doubt start to creep in on that Buccaneers sideline.
Luke, we know that Drew would never, ever, ever admit this, but how much pleasure would he take out of beating Tom Brady to get to the NFC Championship game?
Listen, Drew takes pleasure in beating anybody. He's that kind of competitor. He wants to win. It doesn't matter who he's playing or what game he's playing. But when it comes to the best of the best, and these two in my mind are 1 and 2, and I'll let you decide which one I put at 1 and 2 of the greats all time. It means extra. I can assure you that. He looks at the stats. He looks at the win-loss record. He looks at the Super Bowl count and all this other stuff of all the greats that have gone before him. He looks at all of that, and he wants to measure up, and he wants to etch his name among those. And I think he's already done that. But every time he can put another notch on his belt with a win like this in the playoffs against an all-time great like Tom, it means that much more. And so it's an exciting game.
Well, we're all hoping for that other notch on the belt. Well, Luke, we appreciate you joining us on Dome at Home Live. Thanks so much. And hopefully we are all watching a Saints win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, an advancement to the NFC Championship game. Luke, thanks so much. Thanks again to Luke for joining us on the breakdown presented by NOLA Lending. We know social media is always interesting on game day, so let's take a look at some of these tweets in our Look Who's Tweeting presented by Cox. You know, JD, earlier in the week we saw Anthony Mackie, repping all of his Saints gear from head to toe, and this first tweet actually comes from Anthony Mackie. Only in NOLA do we head to a Sunday game on Thursday night. Go Saints.
That's the Falcon swooping in with some truth. That's a little corny, huh? But that is the Falcon, and he is swooping in, so it's true.
That definitely was corny. Speaking of corny, this next one comes from Catherine Terrell. Cam Jordan, the corniest man. Cam Jordan on what he plans to give Drew Brees for his 42nd birthday. Is Metamucil a proper answer?
At that age, it probably actually might be. I'm not speaking from experience, but I kind of know.
Well, JD, you've got another older gentleman on the other side of the ball in Tom Brady, who has Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski. The defense is certainly going to have their hands full today.
Yeah, you expect that to happen. I mean, Antonio Brown is now rounding into form in that Tampa Bay offense, and so if you're the Saints, he's the guy that you want to see if you can take him away early and put Tampa Bay in a hole and hopefully have them playing catch-up.
Absolutely. Well, we go now to your one-on-one interview with linebacker Alex Anzalone in our Player Spotlight presented by Panini.
First off, congratulations, new father, son. Just give us some details.
Yeah, we got induced on Sunday night after the game, and I stayed locked in during the game on Sunday, and knowing that I was gonna have to go to the hospital Sunday night. And he was born Monday around 9, and we got home, and we're just loving every minute. It's, anyone who's had kids, it's a crazy process. So it was a lot of fun.
So, okay, give us name, size, weight.
Yeah, Cooper is his name. He was 8'4", 22 1/4 inches long.
Wow, okay. Okay, so that's 2 wins last Sunday. Now we move on to this Sunday, divisional round playoff game against Tampa Bay, a team that you guys are extremely familiar with. So what are some of the things offensively that you see Tampa Bay doing so well this season?
Yeah, I think that they obviously do a good job of getting the ball into their playmakers' hands. I think, when we played them last in Week 9, I think it was AB's first game, and they've got him more involved. And over the past 5 weeks, they just continue to get better and better, and they're peaking at the right time. So it's going to be a good matchup for us. And at this point in the season, that it's a little different than we're a different team than we were in Week 9, and they are too. So it'll be a fun game and a good matchup.
I tell you, Alex, now you mentioned compartmentalizing. How difficult is it, I guess, to stay in the moment and not project ahead and say, man, 1 win away from the NFC Championship game or 2 wins away from the Super Bowl? How difficult is it to stay in the moment?
Yeah, it's tough. I think that, over the past 4 years I've been here, and, when we've been to the playoffs over the last 4 years, it's kind of taught us that lesson is you can't take a game for granted in the playoffs. And especially in the divisional round, every team is good, and every team can win, and you have to bring your A game no matter who you're playing. And obviously we're playing a really good team this week, and that's just the lessons we learned from the past. I think is the biggest thing for us, and we're an experienced group.
Yeah. Why has this defense been so good as of late this season? Hit one rough patch, I think, toward the end of the season, but really for the last 2.5, 3 months has been an elite defense.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the talent's always been there since Week 1. It just we're clicking at the right time, and that's just football. That's just how it is. Sometimes you're clicking, at times, and right now that's what we're doing. We just got to continue to build on it.
All right. Well, congratulations. Now, I don't want to rush you, but is Cooper going to have some siblings in the future?
That's the plan, God willing.
Okay, thanks, Alex. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it, John.
Well, hot off the presses, JD, we have our inactives list presented by Acadian Ambulance. A few names on there, but namely Taysom Hill and...
Yeah, when you talk about Taysom Hill, Latavius Murray, you talk about the 2 power runners in the Saints offense. Taysom Hill out of the quarterback formation, the Wildcat, or whatever you want to call it, because he plays so many positions. And Latavius Murray is the guy who spells Alvin Kamara. So not having the backup to Alvin Kamara, you expect Dwayne Washington to maybe get a little bit more work there. You might even see Alvin Kamara in the Wildcat position at quarterback for a change-up. That's possible. But the guy who's on the inactive list that we need to think about is Patrick Robinson, the cornerback, because he's so versatile in that position as a nickel, as a dime, and so he's a guy who will be missing, especially when you're talking about a team that has as many weapons offensively as Tampa Bay does.
Absolutely something to keep an eye on. Well, JD, good news. Inside the Superdome today, among the 3,000 fans, or in addition to the 3,000 fans, are 750 vaccinated healthcare workers that have been on the front lines throughout COVID-19. They come from Tulane, Ochsner, LCMC. We are so excited to have them inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. So grateful for them to be here cheering on the Saints. But Not in the Superdome today is some fans who have had a ticket to come to these games and tailgated to the games dating back past a decade, JD.
Yeah, and like most of you at home, they'll be cheering on from home, hoping to see this team win this game and get to Green Bay for the NFC Championship game. Here's My Team, My Town, presented by Tabasco.
It's something just like the heart of this city, honestly.
Without the Saints, I don't think the city would be, where it's at.
Hi, I'm Jamani Roy.
Hi, I'm Jerome Shannon. This is My Team,
My Time. All right, so right here is where the Uptown tailgaters do their tailgate now. They have the food set up on this side where the young ladies will be serving a bunch of grills, man, chicken, red beans, turkey necks, anything you can think about it. It's been rival games where you have like rival fans over here dancing, eating. People got their chairs out. I mean, it's just a fun environment before you walk in the game.
It's all love, you get up in the morning, you come here, put your Saints gear on, you put whatever you put on to come here, you come here, you grab you something to eat, you grab your drink, you talk amongst each other, and when it's game time, everybody get together, and everybody go walk across that bridge into the dome.
This is where the energy just start getting more intense. I mean, depending on the time you get to the game, you probably hear the noise in the dome at this point. Man, you know what? If you was here on game day, and they was announcing the players, that's how we'll be. Let's go, Saints! All right, baby! Let's go, AK!
Where you at, Michael Thomas?
A bunch of feelings come to mind. Fine memories of different games when I was here. And I remember that game, the first game back, and just the looks on everybody's faces. Like some people was in tears. I mean, this team was something just like the heart of this city, honestly.
It brings chills. Right now I got goosebumps because not being able to be here it's tough, but at home I could cheer them on the same way I would if I was here.
All right, fans, well, we have our item of the game here. As I mentioned, we are in the Pro Shop here in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. You can come get this NOLA Saints 2020 playoff shirts. They also have a lot of other awesome merchandise here in the store, so make sure you come check it out here in the Saints Pro Shop. Let's take a look at some other Saints fans who are in their black and gold and using the hashtag Saints Game Day presented by Coke. JD, we've heard of a lot of predictions heading into this game, but now it is time for our score predictions, fueled by Chevron. I'm going to take the Saints winning 24-17. What about you?
Come on now. Isaiah, Ryan, Shanika, you. Everybody knows where I'm going with this. 31-23 Saints.
Well, he's consistent, folks. And one other thing that is consistent is our player huddle. Let's go back inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome on the field one more time for our player huddle presented by Mercedes-Benz.
We proud, we kill, we eat. Let me hear y'all one time. We proud, we kill, we eat. Man, today we talking about the kill. We talking about the kill. In the jungle, the only way the animals survive is to kill. The only way you eat is to kill. Man, think about it. Our livelihood is this right here. The only thing we got to do today is to kill. If we want to eat, we want to advance, we got to kill. When you step up on your opponent, take his soul. No mercy. I don't care about his family. I don't care about his kids. Take everything. His livelihood don't exist no more because you got to eat. Let's go. Hey, 18 weeks ago, we stood right here against this team. We talked about being warriors. Now only a warrior can withstand the path that it's taken to get to this point. The struggle, the adversity. Warriors don't make excuses. Warriors don't have complaints. Warriors' life is filled with endless challenges. Either that's the life you chose, or it chose you. But one way or the other, that's what you are. That's who you are. That's what we are. Let's go get a win. We don't get 1, 2, 3, win. Yes, sir.
Whew, I have chills, my goodness. All right, Saints fans, we are so close to kickoff. Reminder, you can catch the game coming up at 5:40 p.m. Central on Fox. Also, another reminder, tune into our post-game show right here. We will have your post-game analysis. We'll have the live press conferences of Sean Payton, Drew Brees, and several other players right here on your post-game show presented by Mercedes-Benz. But for now, let's get you hyped with Jason Neville and the Funky Soul Band, a performance presented by SeatGeek.
Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. I wanna be in that number, yeah. When the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. I wanna be in that number when the Saints go marching in. I wanna be in that number when the Saints go marching in.
Saints fans, where you at? Come on! You like the funk around, Jason Neville, Funky Soul Band. We like the funk around. Saints fans, where the Saints Nation at? Come on! Hey! Told my friends, gotta get out of town. Take me to a place where I can get down. Got off the plane, started stomping my feet. I knew that I was down in New Orleans. They had Saints fans, red, black, and gold. And some were young and some were old. Took me a ride to the Superdome. Had a brass band playing, they were blowing their horn. They say, baby, where you wanna party tonight? I said, I want something music, but it's gotta be tight. They said, Uptown Freshman on Bourbon Street. You can party anywhere like a New Orleans.
Are you ready for some hip-hop with a flip-flop that don't stop to the tip-top with a drip drop? I'm about to wreck shop. Funkalicious, funkadelic, funkamaniac. I'm having a great supercalifragilistic attack. Jason Neville, one of the masters of the funk. What else could you want but that funk in your trunk? And while you hitting your switches, Jason Neville, Funky Soul Band, we on a mission. Funkin', we been funkin', funkin' in New Orleans.